Dublin market is quite dynamic at the moment. It's quite nuanced. The macroeconomic background in Dublin is very positive. We have practically full employment, the youngest population in Europe and growing. So the economy is strong, whilst the backdrop in Europe generally is challenging. Dublin is forging ahead. We've had some of the headlines that have probably grabbed international attention would be fintech scaling back. So we do have a spike in grey space, office space being offered by the likes of Meta into Dublin office market, and that's distorted the vacancy rate. So currently the headline vacancy rate's trending towards 15% in the central business district. However, if you break that back to the prime CBD ESG grade stock, it's actually lower, much lower than that. It's in 5 or 6%, and that's where IPUT in particular, where we have our holdings. So the prime office stock in the Dublin office market over the next 24 months will see a spike in the headline vacancy rate, but there is a lack of speculative development. The market is now characterised by quite stable capital owners. So speculative development hasn't happened in the current cycle. So we anticipate by 2026 there'll be an actual shortage of grade A office space in the prime CBD areas, which will lead to some rental growth opportunities. The Dublin logistics market is interesting. It's probably been the primary beneficiary of Brexit. It didn't really impact the office market, Brexit, to any great extent. But what's happened with the change in tax status of the UK has meant that onshoring has happened at an exponential rate into Ireland. And Dublin in particular has been the main beneficiary of that. So you have product arriving directly from Europe, from North America, from Scandinavia, directly into Ireland. And that has hastened the demand for large-scale distribution centres, which haven't traditionally been built in our market to date. So the vacancy rate now in the Dublin office market is single digit for prime large-scale logistics. So it's given us quite an interesting opportunity to develop logistics ourselves. So our current pipeline would include over 200 acres of land that's zoned for logistics. We just completed a logistics park of about 550,000 square feet, which we pre-let the entire park of 4 units prior to completion at the end of last year. We built our first net zero timber frame warehouse in Dublin and let it to Maersk. So occupiers of the calibre of Maersk, Amazon, DHL are expanding rapidly in the Dublin logistics market. So it's quite an interesting space to be, and we could see that continuing for at least another 5 years.